Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to our roleplay heavy run of the Honor Bound. In today's video, our two major goals is to prepare for a potential war with the Combine. Now, this won't be a normal war, this will be a war to simply change their ethics. They are clearly being misled, they have simply gone down the wrong path, and we will happily change them to a much better way of thinking. Our way of thinking for the peace of the galaxy. On top of that, I want to potentially form a federation with the state and their vassal, the Confederacy. And actually, that brings up something I want to talk about straight away, because a few people have mentioned, why do we like the state? In terms of the roleplay, in terms of the Honor Bound, we are all about protecting the weak, etc. And here's the state, controlling and vassalizing the Confederacy. The Confederacy has no way to have free movement or anything else. Why would we be okay with this? So first of all, the main reason is, right now, it seems like the two empires actually have a really good relationship. They have a commercial pact, a research agreement, and a migration treaty. These are not given for free once you have a vassal. You still need them to like you to have these three things. So they're actually on really good terms. On top of that, there's not a massive power difference of the two. These seem to be more to do with being a materialist and all the research side of things, and these seem to be a lot more military focused. In fact, they are completely ignoring their tech at the moment to utterly dominate in fleet power. I mean, we're not very weak at this stage in the game, and yet they are still superior to us at the cost of their tech. So these are guarding them, they are providing the tech for them both, especially since they are in fact sharing their research with the research agreement. They seem to be on such good terms, and it seems to work so well, and there's peace in the area. I can't see how our empire wouldn't particularly like this. On top of that, this empire is fanatic xenophile. It's essentially us, but rather than going down the route of cooperation, they have gone fanatic xenophile, which means they're even nicer to other empires. If they were fanatic authoritarian or something more against what we are, I could see us never befriending them. But right now, there is peace in this area of the galaxy, they are on great terms, there's a good chance this vassalization was willing, considering how good they are on their terms already, and this early in the game. It's all looking pretty good. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually see the... Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see the peace treaties between other empires. I don't think you can. No, the truces, I should say. But if you could see them, if you can see them, I can't see them, which means there's no truce, which means it's been a very long time since they went to war, if they did indeed go to war. But I'm not sure if that's the case, so I won't mention it. Now, another thing I need to talk about quickly is this, the Gaia worlds. I should have colonized it, because I wouldn't have knew about it being a holy world until I found the spiritualists, but I didn't think about that. I'm so used to just not colonizing them as soon as I see them. My empire would have colonized it as soon as they saw it. Now, thankfully, all that would have happened is that I would have then met the spiritual empire, they would have told me to get away from that world, I would have agreed, because war with them would have cost thousands upon millions of lives, and that's not worth it. It does mean, however, right now, we do not like the spiritualists, because they're demanding that these worlds just stay there for no reason other than they like them. And I don't think we particularly care that they're holy worlds. I don't think we're against faith, but I also don't think we're going to respect it at the cost of our empire being more secure. Okay, way too much talking out the way. Let's get back to finding some new stuff and hopefully making some new friends. Well, making friends closer to us. We also do now have the migration treaty, which means a lot of our worlds are now way more useful, since we have both of these species available to us, which means tropical and tundra worlds are now great, and yeah, that's pretty much every single world type. We can grab it, absolutely everything. All species are equal to us within our empire. Eventually, I'll probably get Xeno compatibility, to be completely honest, so I'm more than happy to have every world colonized by the different species we have. I wonder if I myself would end up with a vassal. I don't think I actually would. Because we can go towards change ideology, that'll be our first goal, and then vassalization I probably will only do if we can make them our protectorate. So they don't have to go to war with us if we do go to war, and we protect them. It's a lot nicer, really. We really need our economy up and running better as well. Adrift. Now, normally I actually just grab the minerals for this one, but let's go with intriguing. Among the asteroids surrounding the bigger asteroid, we have discovered an alien ship adrift. It is not responding to our attempts to hail them. If this is due to them being unable to interpret our signal or some other reason, we do not know. Science officer gone. on the Resurrection of Woe, I always love the names of these ships, recommends that we get a construction ship to tow it out of the debris field. If left untouched, it risks being crushed by the asteroids. Okay, let's try and save it then. We don't really have very long, so let's get you over there now. Hopefully we'll get there in time. How long do we have for this event before it gets crushed? Yeah, that's plenty of time. Absolutely fine. Okay, we now have basic combat computers, which is such a nice upgrade. Let's get fusion reactors next, because we do need a bit more power on our ships. In fact, yeah, right now, I don't think we can even power the swarm. That's really annoying. The combat computers are utterly amazing. We'll get the new power thing soon, and we'll make sure to get more armor soon. Some better armor. I think this will be an upgrade for them, but it's not the best upgrade. Hopefully it's an upgrade. We'll see when the shipyard is eventually available. Now that's a system. Welcome to Great Wound, which has loads and loads of space anomalies guarding it. And of course, it's just black holes absolutely everywhere. Definitely something for us in the future. And just a really interesting world. System. Trappist Prime, I'm going to call Hearth. I've decided. It's a nice, cozy name for a world of an atmospheric aphrodisiac, but I do kind of like the idea of it, since it probably does have... I'm just thinking a lot of comforts in comparison to the other worlds, especially since this has governing ethics attraction minus 20%, and we're all about strict rules. This is probably the world where the rules are a bit less strict, so this is a little more of a chaotic world, hearth and home, and somewhere of comfort, whereas every single other world of ours is going to be a bit more brutal. We have a new sector over here. The first world has low gravity, making building cost reduced, but also making habitability less. So I'm thinking we want something environmental, and, well, we have the environmental engineer there. Oh, I'd much rather have it the intellectual, but honestly I just think that fits, so Austere is there to try and help out as much as he possibly can. So, what do we have for this world with the low gravity? The tiny little... Oh yeah, I forgot this is the tiny little size 9 world. Okay, once again, I ask the comments for a bit of help here, because this is quite a unique set of worlds. I kind of want like a twin-related name here for these two, while still sticking with the honor-bound military theme. So we have the continental world here, which obviously is a lot more fertile. Then we have the desert world, the tiny little desert world on the outside. They need to have unique names, definitely. And I can't think of one right now, though. We'll be trying to think of one for the rest of the video. So we'll see. We will see. Still need to get to the relic world as well. I'm starting to think that perhaps our main shipyard here should just have just two shipyards. Then we'll convert this one over here into its own little station so that we can get that tiny little bit of trade value. It's not much, but still want it. We have found a primitive civilization. Wow, a huge primitive civilization. Oh, it's even lithoids! Every gameplay part of me wants to invade them as soon as possible, but I just feel like that is against what we think. They are primitives, it would be uplifting them, but... no, we can't. Now what we could do is actually uplift them. Then they would become our protectorate. Then eventually we could integrate them. I think that would be the peaceful way of doing things, because as much as I want to say, oh, if we invade them, we're giving them a better life, etc., etc., it would mean we are going to war with them, we are landing... Oh, wow, you are an amazing scientist down here. Why are you not... Yeah, I'm going to swap out one of our scientists, just because you are clearly so much better for this role, and I do think the Empire would really recommend that, you know, strengthen all that. By the way, the point I was trying to make is, before I saw that, is that if we land on the surface, it's going to necessitate a lot, and I mean a lot of deaths, especially on the side of the primitives, and even after that there's going to be mass hysteria and sadness for 10 plus years afterwards, and we wouldn't even know it's only going to be 10 years, so I can't reason with myself we'd land our forces. I want to, but I just can't. Okay, yeah, you're going to be swapped out. I've been reading the comments as well, and I've decided we are also going to be swapping out this governor. As much as this empire is nice enough, it is also an empire about strength and everything else, and having a governor which is clearly failing here and is even long-lived, they've done a great service. I'm not going to dismiss them. They're going to have a cushy job somewhere else, and they're going to be replaced with Bushton. Sure, that's our new leader. Essentially, we're going with the whole meritocracy kind of idea. The best person for the job should get the job. And although we do reward a long service, if you're really failing at your job, you probably won't be kicked out because, again, we do respect what you've done for the Empire, but you're probably not going to stay in your current job. Ooh. Okay, let's send out our fleets as soon as possible to deal with that asteroid. More Corvette hull points, which is great, and let's do the standardized patterns, because I do really want that. And if it's the Empire. Yes, more precursor stuff, fantastic. Oh, that's annoying, our colony ships got blocked because of that. You know what, grab this one instead, then. Nope. Tell you what then, all I'm going to do is you no longer care about the asteroid, because the asteroid isn't really particularly that scary, and hopefully they'll be over quickly. Ooh, I hope our ships get here. That's actually going to be out of range of the starbase. If our ships don't get there in time, that's going to crash into our world. I'm thankful that we have just corvettes. Nice and quick. Adrift has been finished by our lovely construction vessel over here, Fear of Stasis. It's always Fear of Stasis which does stuff. I kind of wish you had a leader to kind of associate with. Once the ship drifting by the asteroid had been towed out of the debris, we could send in an away team to investigate. It is a murder scene. Only one crew member has been found, a long-eared amphibian biped who appears to have been stabbed repeatedly. The ship is, by the death of its crew, up for grabs. It is fitted with very efficient thrusters, the structure and design of which are beyond us at present. The vessel is not armed, seemingly having been used as a transport for important personnel. Repurposing it into an exploration vessel would be a minor undertaking. However, if we instead deconstruct it and study the engines in greater detail, we could maybe capture some of its genius and translate it into practical improvements for our fleets. Well, obviously, we're going to be grabbing Tear It Down and study the engines, giving us a permanent plus 10% sublight speed for the rest of the game. That's really good for our military, and this is definitely one of the events I do tend to pick the wrong option for. The minerals are definitely not as good as this, but I do like the sudden burst of resources in the early game. I know it's the wrong option, and weirdly the RP made me pick the right option here. So there we are, from now on, all of our ships have plus 10% speed, which is pretty darn nice. Just grab that for now while you're waiting around. Need to start grabbing more systems. We have loads of influence system backing up. We could also choose one of these. Ooh, Land of Opportunity would be interesting. This edict creates targeted PR campaigns that frame our empire as being on the cutting edge, a new social frontier, a place where anyone can thrive, a fresh start. That's definitely something I could see our empire doing, honestly. It's a bit, propagandary, but I mean, I truly believe we believe this as well. And we are pretty good with immigration, because of how our empire's set up. Yeah. Because with xenophiles and stuff, immigration tends to be okay, but we are also... You know, I think this one fits. I don't think it's the best option. Later on, we'll get better edicts than this, but... Yeah, let's do that. And it will help with our new colonies as well. We're making loads of new colonies, and I'm sure the leaders will see that this is going to help out a lot, especially since we have new migration treaties. So it does help us a little bit. I don't like it that much, but I think it fits. There's a lot of things happening like that in this playthrough. Normally I'd be stronger than this, I swear. There's so many min-maxing things I haven't done. I'm just looking at it thinking, just stressing out about it, honestly. One of our other colonies has just started its life over here. This is a huge world. Well, it's size 18, but it looks massive on the actual map. Oh, because it's a tiny system. And this is just over here, part of our newest sector. And we have signs of battle. There is clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of the planet at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface on one side of the moon is pockmarked with craters from stray weapon blasts, and scans from the diseased ambition, which is this lovely one here with Martin, have picked up several husks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Martin is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Now, I also got a comment, I think on episode 1, saying, if you're dyslexic, how are you reading these so well? The secret is, this was attempt number 6. So intriguing. Let's go and do that. I've never actually read that event, so I had no idea what it was about. But that's the graveyard expedition we are now starting. The asteroid got really close, but here we are. Asteroid destroyed, 1,000 minerals received from it. Let's go home and upgrade. Fantastic. Okay, let's get these sorted. That still has a planned colony already. That Savannah world will have our main species on. We are going to try and grab as many worlds as possible to secure a brighter future. It's going to weaken us for a while, because until all these worlds have their main building upgraded, it's going to be draining a lot from our home world. But I also think that looking into the future is definitely our best bet. Okay, let's send the first colony ship with the Hathgum species. Or Hathgum. Hathgum. Do you have gum? I like tropical flavoured gum. You're cordial. Oh my god, you can actually form a federation with me without me changing war philosophy. Oh, that is so amazing. Because that way we can stay with our current, where are you, liberation wars, which our factions like, so I don't even have to betray anyone. Haha, that's fantastic. Well, okay, you really want a defensive pact with at least 2 other empires. I can't make a defensive pact with you because you're a vassal, and I already do have a defensive pact with you, don't I? Yeah, so need to find another nice empire, which we can't really find. Also, they're kind of worrying me. The Combine have kind of stopped expanding, which kind of hints to me there might be other empires nearby. Same with the state. Saying that, I am also playing very slowly at the moment, so it could just be that being weird. And we have a little ecosystem here, where it's a gas giant, but there is a true ecosystem just in the upper atmosphere. Little bits of plankton and stuff. Again, something I find very interesting. Okay. So Bulwark right now is building the admin offices. Oh, wait, but Mearson's Folly is admin. You know what? This makes more sense. Bulwark, I still think, should be for alloys, civilian industries, and the army. It's basically our factory world and perhaps a military world, because it's called Bulwark after all. Mearson's Folly will continue to be our admin world.
A system survey is concluded.
And the second, we can upgrade that building, which is fantastic. There we are. Okay, that's slowed down our empire sprawl annoyingly, but still. Then she'll be fixed. Why do we have a tropical... Oh, yeah, we moved you there because of the meteor.
A special project is complete.
Meanwhile, at the battle site, they have finished their expedition and returned to the diseased ambition. Thankfully, the starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, and there are yet things to discover. A permanent science outpost in orbit would be a great boon to our starship engineering efforts. So Martin gets 200 experience, well done there, Martin, and then we get 350 engineering tech, which is nice, since we have no stored research at the moment, and now the world is also usable for a bit more extra research.
Construction venture complete.
All well and good. Okay, let's continue to expand you that way, since I want to get to that world as soon as possible. The early space age primitives. Actually, that is fantastic. Because they're early space age, it won't take much to uplift them, and that's definitely what I'm doing now. So we are going to have a protectorate after all. Deep scans of this planet have revealed a large ocean heated by hydrothermal vents beneath the ice mantle covering the surface. Science Officer Dion, there we are, dispatched probes from the Shrouded Hope that drilled through several miles of thick ice and found the water below teeming with what appears to be life. We will need more resources to conduct a thorough study of the many unique life forms inhabiting this ocean. Exploring all the different life stuff today, aren't we? Gas giant life. And then on a frozen world, with a tiny little ocean underneath, completely warmed up by the core of the planet. Okay, I'm tempted to just jump into diplomacy now, because we would love that Federation, and I think the actual Empire itself would love the Federation. We are getting very close to the other Empire, and the Federation is pretty much the ultimate goal of this Empire. It's really annoying because it'll slow down things, but yeah, we are going to go into diplomacy now, so that we can form a Federation. Essentially, in my head right now, what we're doing is we're forming closer ties, we're sending envoys and everything over, and we're getting better at just, you know, talking to people. Ooh, we have found another alien species. Oh yeah, one of the weird little mining drone outcasts they occasionally send. The Crystalline Empire does this, well, the Crystalline species. Just randomly going through our territory. We will, of course, investigate them, I'd say, pretty much instantly. It's kind of what we do. Okay, Mason Jr., continue with your research. Yeah, we need to really speed up grabbing systems. We're just getting so much influence. We have looked underneath the ocean. Science Officer Dayon has returned from the expedition and studied the rich biosphere in the seas beneath the ice mantle of the planet. Several large species native to the lower regions of the global sea have been found to produce a unique inorganic molecule with immense healing properties. If this molecule is successfully harvested in large enough quantities, it could revolutionize the field of medical science, and may even have industrial applications. So, we get some extra experience, some extra society research, and... Ooh, it's living metal! Wait, so they're producing living metal? Oh, that is creepy. Okay, I need to rename this all at some point, but essentially there's a species underneath the ocean which is producing living metal just passively. That is very, very odd to say the least. But at least we have a source of living metal already, which is pretty darn fantastic. And there we go. Our ships now have the combat computers installed. We're still inferior to them. Yeah. It's going to be difficult. Okay, well at least the other Empire likes us now. Yep, they're cordial. They're cordial as well. And soon enough, well, it's going to take a while, but eventually we'll get a Federation rolling. Hopefully by the end of today's video. Ancient mining drones. The drones going through our territory have been assessed. Reports of the deep space drones in certain systems have been investigated. The drones appear to be the workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation, established millennia ago, and then soon abandoned by all but the drones themselves. Judging by the state of the processing equipment, the drones possessed powerful mining lasers that make obviously threatening, if not outright hostile, overtures towards honor-bound vessels when approached. They may only be old drones, but they should be kept under close watch. So they're threatening our ships and our stations as they're going through our territory. Yeah, no, no, you are not doing that. Our corvettes are on the way to finish them off. In the meantime, we will... Oh, we are not studying them, they're way too expensive, it'll take far too long. They're far too complex for us. Yeah, we need more everything, don't we? We're so behind. We do have a lot of worlds. I feel like we're going to become a lot more powerful later on, but right now we're kind of hobbling along. Oh, wow, yeah, look at how many rivalries this empire has and everything else and close borders. There must be empires all around here. We just can't see them yet. Okay, meanwhile in Hearth. So what should Hearth be about then? It should just be like a... Okay, it's clearly meant to be a more relaxed world than the others, so I'm thinking things like the monuments, I'm thinking hollow theatres, lots of Unity production perhaps. I mean, it is the, the aphrodisiac world. It's gonna be a happy world, you know? Let's go with that. Yeah, let's put down some hollow theatres. It's gonna be a really happy world. Okay, the world over here with low gravity. We need more energy, so we'll build some generators. For the good of the Empire. Yeah, our resources are terrible at the moment. Absolutely dreadful. Do we have a science vessel nearby? Because we are going to want to dissect the mining drones. You know what, Squarf? You get to follow our fleets along. And you get first dibs on the corpses. I'm sure Squarf would definitely want that. So many worlds. We've got very lucky of worlds.
An anomaly has been discovered.
I mean, honestly, the main thing I'm happy about at the moment is just the fact we have a primitive civilization. It just fits everything so bloody well. We need more admin, but also need more everything, to be perfectly honest. I'm just thinking about a monument on the main world. Yeah, we don't have a monument. We're meant to be very patriotic. Yeah, monument. Probably would be better to have more admin offices, but no, monument. We'll hopefully have Mearson's Folly growing a lot faster now that we're upgrading the planetary administration. Void clouds! Okay, yeah, these are the ones in the Great Wound. An investigation into a peculiar cluster of debris and space dust has yielded surprising results. It is a particulate cloud bristling with a powerful charge of unknown origin that has no business exhibiting simple reflex actions, let alone movements with purpose, and yet it does. So you also have cloud study we can grab at some point. Yeah, all that's just too complex for our Empire at the moment. Well, that's kind of sad. So it turns out that these asteroids here were once part of a planet which was teeming with life. Well, at least we got some society research out of it, so their deaths weren't completely in vain. Just mostly.
A system survey has concluded.
Once again, though, we have got insanely lucky with worlds. I don't think I've ever had this many worlds in such a small area. We're not a particularly large empire, but we're bristling with worlds. Yeah, why aren't you expanding? Oh, you have rivalries with other empires. That's not what I really wanted to see, to be perfectly honest. I want you to be friendly with everyone ever. Wow, you love me even more now. Don't have to use anything to form a federation. More unity, please. Thank you. Celebrate diversity. Go, go, go. Oh no, we should have done that straight away. We should have waited until we had the monument up, because that's based on your monthly unity. But would we have waited? Would the Empire have waited? Probably not. Hello, mining drones. You act hostile to us, we shoot you in the face. Our Empire in a nutshell. And goodbye. Okay, could you please go back to where you were going? Fantastic. Ooh, that's another mining world. We have two really good mining worlds. Okay, yep, and Squarf, you can go ahead and grab that. Let's investigate them a little bit further. Oh, we found a pretty comet, which is giving us extra happiness for a while.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped.
Is that precursor? No, darn. Oh yeah, that precursor event. That's going to take forever, isn't it? Yeah, I need to stop having low-level scientists researching the really difficult stuff. Yeah, right now I have a level 3 researching a level X, but at the same time, how would we know about these levels? I don't know, just... It is silly. But soon we are going to have our precursor, like really soon actually. Wow, we've done really well. It feels like I've been playing this game for ages because I'm reading everything slowly, but it's only been 36 years. We're actually very, very in the early game.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped.
So a few things. I managed to analyze the debris, and it gave us the ability to research the mining drone lasers. Now, normally I don't use these because you end up upgrading the normal lasers, etc., but I actually kind of want to give them a go for once. Not only because I like the idea of this Empire salvaging that hostile robot for our own purposes, but also it does loads of extra hull damage, so whereas the normal laser does less shield but then more armor, this does less shield, a little bit more armor, essentially half of the bonus, but then plus 75% against hull. And at the moment, just at the moment, most of our ships are pretty much all hull. In the very early game, especially, everything is just hull. I mean, look at the stations. The stations are hull. The corvettes are hull. It's the main stat. So having an anti-hull weapon, at least for now, might be good. And again, I think if it's the Empire, I think it's really fun. I've never used the mining drone lasers. I literally have never used them. Anyway, Purple Rain. Images capturing the planet's mesmerizing purple-coloured rain taken by the Resurrection of Woe's surface exploration probes, courtesy of GON, somehow find their way into the hands of the cultural elite on Forge. While the discovery is of no scientific value, the evocative imagery of the colourful precipitation sparks a minor renaissance in the Honorbound's art world. The positive effects shall be felt for years to come. More happiness! We are stacking happiness at the moment, which I am very, very okay with. In fact, you could say I'm happy with it. We have found more living metal. Investigation of the caverns below the surface of the planet revealed them to be filled with a silvery liquid that flows from cavern to cavern in gleaming rivers, pooling into underground lakes. More surprisingly still is the discovery that this metal substance shares many key properties with organic life forms, including responding to environmental stimuli and exhibiting self-sustaining processes. It remains to be seen whether this exceptional metal should be classified as truly alive, but it may have several practical applications for our engineering technology. So we get 25% of our progress toward living metal, which is great, and we found more living metal near our territory. We're going to have lots of the stuff, which is really good if we want to build mega structures. Not sure if we will, but if we do want to, certainly got a lot of prompts to do so. Very soon, we'll be able to make bestest friends out of this state over here, though I am actually getting a little bit worried. They've both stopped expanding. The Combine has taken one system, but these two have just halted. Which to me indicates, yeah, they're stuck. These are taken over by another empire, which they're not friendly with, and then the same goes for... Well, actually, no, it doesn't really count with the vassal, but yeah, they have been completely halted, which is very, very concerning. So what I'm hoping is, once we make a federation with the state, we can go after one of these empires, we can use our liberation war to convert them into our way of thinking, and then let them join the federation, bringing peace one state at a time. Hopefully, that'll work. With this many colonies, our future is more than secure. In fact, despite the fact I'm playing very heavily in the RP kind of style and doing a lot of things I wouldn't normally consider a good thing to do, we are going to be remarkably powerful via just sheer number of planets, and pretty good specialized ones. I mean, this one is fantastic. Very large world, loads of extra minerals. Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic world for just a lot of production. Thank you. We're still weaker than the Combine underneath us, by the way, despite the fact they're not expanding very well, which is worrying me. They're still better than us, and although it says equivalent in tech, that has gone to superior several times. The only reason why we're keeping up is through the events we've had, so the Combine is a very scary thing. These two have been weakened, just severely. They're not particularly strong empires. Which, honestly, fits our theme. Yep, we will willingly join them, willingly prop them up with our strength as we get it ourselves. Also, our tech is terrible for this late in the game, and we need more admin. Oh, there's just so many things which just aren't going as well as I normally would. Another world! What is with the world numbers here? That is insane. Okay, let's build the observation post. I want to start uplifting the primitives. And we found an ancient life pod, which we find interesting. It has a withered remain inside of it. Feel free to read that if you wish. That one I've seen so many times, it's not really worth reading. We have found a Cybrex listening post. The asteroid is in fact an artificially constructed object carefully concealed with a thin layer of rock to make it appear as an asteroid. The hollow interior houses an ancient Cybrex listening post, which was used to spy on space traffic within the system. It has long ceased functioning. But of course, we want to check it out more, don't we, Day on the Second? Okay, the observation post is now ready. Hanging above the planet. We are going to uplift the... Ooh, we can't. Has policy, native enlightenment allowed. Surely that would be a good thing for us. Yeah, allow it. I don't think that'll annoy any of our factions. Right, should have checked first, honestly. That was a mistake here. Ooh, okay, so the xenophiles want us to have only indirect... but the thing is, we are very, very good with them. I don't agree with that, with Xenophile. Indirect Xenology, legislating a passive study stance, native interference. Wait, can I still do Enlightenment if I go with passive study? Because, as far as I know, the unrestricted basically means I can invade them, right? No, I think I'll also have to have active study. Or unrestricted. No, I think this fits the Empire better. I really do. We're strengthening them without corrupting them. We're going to give them freedom in the space. Eventually, they can join us, but we'll be their protectorate. We'll uplift them. I personally think this is the right thing to do. It's worse for me, by the way. This is not a good thing for me. Yeah, I get 28 populations eventually, but it costs me a fortune now. It costs me a fortune later. We have loads of worlds already. We don't need this. The best thing for me to do would just be to invade the world, which right now we could have done. In fact, we can do still. Yeah, I think this is the right thing to do, and thematically, it's way more interesting.
Construction venture completed.
Slowly making our way to the rubricator. We'll get there eventually. Back to the Cybrex listening post. A closer study of the asteroid, in reality a hidden Cybrex listening post, has produced some interesting results. For whatever reason, the asteroid was left behind when the rest of the Cybrex vanished from the galaxy. It remained functional for at least 50,000 years after their disappearance, despite increasingly erratic behaviour from its admin AI. After more than 5 trillion failed attempts to connect with the Cybrex subspace hub, the AI appears to have suicided, by short-circuiting all of the asteroid's systems. Oh, lots of lag here. Okay. Oh, shouldn't have pressed that, but the reason is we should have now located the Cybrex homeworld. After intense study of our recovered Cybrex artifacts, Lathrix's brain has completely stopped functioning. Scientists on Forge have managed to deduce the exact galactic coordinates of a system of the ancient machines referred to as Cybrex Prime, possibly where their civilization retreated after their abortive attempt to eliminate all sapient organic life. We must launch an expedition to this system before someone else beats it to us. Wonder where it's gonna be. Let's locate it. It is right there. Okay, so closest scientist. No, actually, Squaff. You've earned it. Oh no, that's so annoying. It's now connecting these two systems. My choke point is now void. Bloody Cybrex. Okay, yeah, and you can go over there as well, since I want that system ASAP afterwards. It's going to take such a long time, isn't it, to uplift them? Oh yeah, it's going to take ages to uplift them. That's costing us so much energy and society research. Okay, well, we need more admin. I'm afraid. Most of our worlds are becoming very bureaucratic with our expansion. But law and order must be maintained within our empire. It's just what we do. Diamond in the rough. After the study of the planet was concluded, Science Officer Dayon reports they have found the planet to be unusually rich in minerals. This discovery is made possible in large part thanks to a certain member of the Shrouded Hope. Dayon praises the protege highly. We get a new scientist. Or, oh, I do actually like this one. They do good work where they are, or they get new scientists. No, if they are actually so good they could be a lead scientist, this empire would not leave them where they are. They have meritocracy. Yep, I don't like that one as much. We have a new scientist. Sworn. Whoa, a really, really good society researcher. But we already have a really good society researcher in place who's higher level. I don't think we'd kick them. So I'm just going to give them a vessel of their own. They've earned at least that much. Ooh, we've had an abandoned gateway. Okay, we're going to form a federation in a moment, but I want to get some other stuff sorted out first, because that's going to be a big thing within our empire. Oh, I'm so sorry, you're so much better suited for other things, but... No, we'll leave you where you are. We actually found another precursor event, which is interesting. Where is... Oh, there's Squaff. Again, I'm playing in, like, so slowly because I'm reading everything and really looking at things and trying to consider what to do. It feels like so much more time is passing than actually is. Now, in gameplay terms, I also should have waited until my Empire Sprawl was fixed before picking this because it cost more than it's going to at the moment, but oh well. We are officially forming a federation with the state. I will, of course, be renaming this very soon. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you're stuck by a precursor! That's even worse. I can't break you out of that. Oh, no. So many communications. Everything. Everything. Okay, let's look at the Federation first, shall we? The history record that this day, the governments of the Honor-Bound and the state signed a treaty of federation. As founding members of the start, that needs to be changed. They will now face the future as firm allies. The combined might of the Martial Alliance is sure to give pause to those with designs on the territory of its member states. A new era of military supremacy has begun. Oh my god. Okay, we'll take a look in a second. Oh yeah, and there's the other good thing. The vassal got to join straight away. Oh, they have a better economy than us as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the new people then very quickly. Okay, that doesn't matter. That's just a merchant guild. That's a merchant guild. Grab those and finish them. And now, curator guild, which is lovely. They are the creators. Our ancient order was established eons ago by the various galactic powers and ascendancy at the time. We were dedicated towards the preservation of all knowledge in an effort to safeguard the galaxy from descending into yet another dark age of mass extinctions and... Oh, actually, we really like you guys. We failed. Few of us remain today, but we are no less committed to our sacred mission than our precursors were. We are willing to share some of our knowledge with you for a price. Well met. Natural wormhole, okay, and... some weird aliens, so actually only 2 proper communications. So much has happened. Here's the first empire. Okay, they are a plutocratic oligarchy. They have welfare state, free haven, and keepers of harm. Oh, they're lovely! They are fanatic egocentrism, spiritualist, and fanatic xenophile. Oh, I can already see maybe what happened here. Perhaps they attacked the Confederacy. And by attacking the Confederacy, they weakened them enough that they became the vassal of their allies next to them in order to protect them because, well, spiritualist and this AI likes war. Okay, then. We are always looking for new trading partners among the many diverse and delightful alien nations we encounter. Yeah, I'm happy with you. No negativity there. And the Galactic Mechpucks Empire? Mechpucks? I'm gonna call you Larry's. Hi, Larry. So, you are fanatic xenophile militarist, and fanatic, again, not super against us, but fanatic xenophile is certainly going to be something we are going to be against, since most likely they will own other populations within their empire. I bring greetings from People's Deputy Snooky! Okay, Snook. Snooky's too cute. Snooky's far too cute. The undisputed ruler of the galactic Mechpuck Empire. Sorry, I can't say your name. Respect our borders, blah blah blah. We shall properly greet you in battle one day, I'm sure. I don't even mean that in a particularly negative way. Yeah, you don't like us, that's not... How are we winning with tech? I think it's just because we've got lucky and we've got loads of little techs quite early because of the on the shoulders of giants. So I think we just have a number of techs, because we definitely don't have as much research per month than them. So I think we're just winning in other ways. Either way, superior and overwhelming fleet power. Oi. Okay, let's take a look at our Federation, which needs to be fixed. Hopefully our allies will also send some envoys. Thank you very much. In fact, I'm going to throw all of our envoys here for now. So right now... member modifier, ship starting experience plus 100, army plus 100, ship build speed plus 25%. That's lovely. At rank 2, all members donate more to the Federation Navy capacity. Well, their donations count for more, don't actually lose more, thankfully. Ship speed is increased while in Federation space. Claim cost is reduced. Next, Admiral level cap is increased, fire rate is increased, more envoys for the President. And actually, the claim is President as well. Then, more Federation... endgame crisis damage, and next one is also endgame crisis damage. Okay, yeah, so we're going to be good for that. Definitely need a new name. We do have fleet contribution. Currently, it's set to everyone, though that might be bugged. We will watch out for that. There is a bug currently, which seems to be unfixed, because I saw it in the last one I did, where right now, it's actually only leader, and what you need to do is set it to only leader, and then back to everyone, then it will work. I'm really hoping that bug isn't the case, because I want my Federation fleet. It fits perfectly. Right now we can't really do anything because everyone is... Because right now everyone is not the happiest, so we'll leave it as it is. Okay, but there we go, we have our martial alliance. Our new neighbours have instantly closed their borders. We are unlikely going to be friends with them anytime soon. Wow, yeah, full on suspicious because allied to rivals. Yep, knew it, absolutely knew it. So there is actually a good chance then. I mean, I'm making it up from just what I'm seeing here, but oh, what's happened over here? Why is this border so broken? Oh, there's something going on here. Potentially another empire has conquered some of their space. That is a really fractured border. But from what I'm seeing, honestly, it's a very good chance, or at least it's a chance. This empire here went to war with this empire. Oh, yeah, they're even the anti, yeah, they are ecocentric. These are the opposite. These are spiritualist, these are the opposite. So I think these two have went to war, these have lost, or at least been heavily damaged. Their friends over here, which definitely would be friends with them, have offered vassalization. Probably at the time it could have been protectorate status. They accepted, and so this has formed. That is awesome. What a good bit of lore there for our empire, for our future. I've seen so many memes now talking about lore at this point. I can't use the word seriously without going, ugh. But still, you get the point. Okay, not friends though. Squaff, move faster. Oh, found a new alien vessel, new science vessel. Investigating as soon as possible.
Strange happenings afoot.
Finally, we might be cut off from our expansion, which is actually quite good. We need to stop expanding right now. We need to focus on these. We're expanding so much, all our resources are being siphoned away from it, and it's not great. All the envoys are there, right? Okay, we're just about stronger than the other empires right now. Ooh, probably because random evil space amoebas are spawned in your territory. They're not hurting anyone, they're kind of sitting there, but if I do start damaging planets or anything, we'll have to move. Ooh! There's a relic world! Why are there so many worlds? I did not alter the world number, but it's just worlds everywhere. We're going to be insanely strong. I mean, the other empires aren't getting so many bloody worlds. Why do we have so many? I mean, I shouldn't complain, but why? We have found an aerosol dispersal device around the planet. Well done, Dayon Second. Well, we're going to find out if it's some kind of information carrying device from an alien race communicating primarily through the secretion and reception of atmosphere-borne chemical compounds. Well, we'll find out soon. Get to it, Dayon. Hey, finally our admin cap is okay. Oh, bugger. I'm hoping the Accord is a friendly empire. Let's just look at the width of something first, shall we? The box is indeed a document, of a sort. Science Officer Dayon II admits that they have been hoping for a historical record or some other kind of codex significant to whatever culture left it behind, but they were disappointed. The true nature of the aromatic box seems to be a collection of fairly short narratives which, going by the rapid change in odour towards the end of each sequence, are intended to surprise or be interpreted as comedic. The techniques used to store and reproduce specific smells is of some interest, but the tales it tells are not. It's just one-liners. We found alien one-liners. The crew of the Flesh for Life are left with the uncomfortable feeling that they have unwittingly become intimately familiar with what certain gaseous byproducts of alien digestion smell like. However, Dayon II is unwilling to speculate as to why the box was dumped on the frozen hellscape of the planet. It's farts in the form of one-liners. Okay. Oh my god, you're even bigger than I thought you were. Worrying. Oh. Oh. No, we are not going to be friendly with you. Yep. The undisputed ruler, blah blah blah, same as one over here. We may meet you in the battlefield. Yeah, this mod really makes empires like their early military and overwhelming. Okay, you're going to have a new job moving here. We need to make a choke point now. And hopefully they won't expand too much in this direction. Seems like... Oh, they're actually at war! That's why they've lost some systems. Okay. Ooh, that's a bit buggy. It says a question mark there. We don't know what this empire is, but if you go over it, it tells us the name of them. Which can actually tell you quite a lot, because the different titles empires have tend to indicate what they are. I don't really normally memorize them, but yeah, also we have way too much influence. Patriotic Call. Oh, is that a permanent one like these? I thought this was just a timed one. Oh, darn it. Wow, yeah, we have way too much influence. We need to spend it on something later. But yeah, so the Accord here is going to be an enemy. It's very, very powerful and our immediate threat. We need to build a bastion here and start... Oh no, actually then get down this way. We're going to have 2 bastions, since I don't want to grab this system, since then it's immediate on their borders. That is just inciting war, which obviously we don't want to do. both in terms of the lore and in terms of us ourselves. What I need to do now, though, is just focus on our economy, which is woefully behind because we've just expanded so much and grabbed so many worlds. We're just siphoning our resources everywhere. Okay, I'm going to end it here. I think this is a great point to end. We're about to get the Cybrex, which we'll start off with the next video with. We've made our Federation, which needs a new name desperately. We have found a threat. We have found the next of the precursors. These are the fanatic xenophiles. We are in not the best place right now. Our economy is trashed because of rapid expansion, and we really need to consider now the future of our empire. Things are looking good in terms of friendship, things are looking bad in terms of the other empires in the galaxy. These two, it turns out, are actually not a good example of the strength of the empires in the galaxy, as they are pretty darn weak. They are trapped, hence how bad their economy is now as well. They are vassalized, most likely after war with one of the other empires, which could go to war at any point with them, by the way, and we would now have to try and defend them. And we found a very powerful empire which might want to devour us, who are also at war with another empire themselves. The galaxy is not a peaceful place, but we will try and make it so through force as soon as we can. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In the next episode, we build bastions, and we brace ourselves for the coming storm. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. And again, name suggestions, very welcome. Goodbye.